I'd like to start by reading just a couple of lines from Amanda's really quite brilliant book, which does a couple things. It lays out why it's important for people who are engaged citizens to engage by running for office. It tells you really straight up how hard it is, and also why that shouldn't matter, which I found compelling. But here's what she said. She said, and I should be clear that this book was written in 2017. 2017.
I was very mad at the time. Still am.
In fact, that's what I'm going to read about. My anger is indiscriminate. I'm angry at the institutions that have failed me. I'm angry at the people who didn't believe elections matter. I'm angry at the old white men in government who think they understand my problems as a 20-something woman in America, but have never had to deal with paying for an IUD or negotiate for equal pay at a job. And don't get me started on the ones who still have to be taught how to check their own email. I'm angry at a system that makes it so hard to run for office, and at a party that perpetually encouraged rich lawyers to run and then seems shocked to find itself without a diverse pipeline of talent. But very little angers me more than people who complain endlessly without offering solutions or trying to fix the problems. So I wanted to read that because I wanted to kind of set up a little bit the idea that everybody here is inspired to make change for one reason or another, and Amanda's words may speak to all of you. But Amanda, you started Run for Something in 2017. Can you tell us a little bit about what it does and how's that anger?
Sure. So Run for Something was born of the ashes of the 2016 election. I worked for Hillary for 2 years. I was her email director, so not the emails that Fox News talked about, the ones that she sent asking for money. And it was a privilege and a joy, and election night 2016 was the most heartbreaking personal and professional failure of my entire life. But a week after Election Day, I got a message from someone I went to college with. Hey, Amanda, I'm a public school teacher in Chicago. If Trump can be president, seems like anybody can do this. I want to run for office. They keep cutting our budgets, and I want to run for office. You've been working in this space for a while. Who do I call? And I didn't have an answer for them. Because at the time, if you were young, he was in his 20s, if you were newly excited about politics and you wanted to do more than vote and more than volunteer, if you wanted to actually lead, there was nowhere you could go that would take your call. And that to me felt like a symptom of really big problems in our democracy and more specifically the Democratic Party. So I reached out to a whole bunch of people, one of whom became my co-founder, this operative named Ross Morales-Ricchetto. We wrote a plan and we built a website, and I was unemployed, so I had nothing but time. And we launched Run for Something on Trump's inauguration day. And we thought, this will be small. Nobody wants to run for office. And like every professional operative we talked to, as we were getting feedback on our strategic plan, was like, this is a great idea, but nobody's gonna do this. It's really hard to recruit, especially young people. We launched on Trump's inauguration day, thought we'd get 100 people in the first year, and this would be our hobby while we got real jobs. We had 1,000 people sign up in the first week. As of today, we're up to more than 113,000 young people all across the country who've said, I want to run for office, what next? And they have been able to channel that fury and that rage and that fear and in many ways that hope that things could be better into campaigns, and many of them win, and then they govern, and then they do good things. And they turn that fury that I still feel, oh God, especially right now, I'm so fucking angry. I'm going to curse a lot, I apologize. I do it in the book too. My grandma wasn't pleased, but whatever. They're so able to make me think that actually government can be good when you get good people in it. And it won't make you so mad. It will make you feel hopeful and inspired, and like public service isn't this slimy thing that only rich old white men do. It is something that people who care step up and lead and take ownership of.